What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. Just going for a hike here in north central Pennsylvania, in the Pennsylvania wilds. Just going for a little walk and scouting out new areas for hunting. Maybe I'll see some sign of bear or elk or deer. So wanted to just mention that it's important to get out there and get out in the woods and go for walks like this, you know. Use some of your gear. You know, you don't have to go crazy and do a 50-mile practice bug out, you know, even just doing short walks in the woods, a couple miles, you know, put your bag on and bring some of your gear. It's not a waste of time. You'll always learn something new every time you venture out into the forest. It's always something new to experience, always something new to learn. So get out there, use some of your gear. You don't have to go crazy and camp out for a week. You know, anything you can do is better than nothing, you know. Of course, it's great to bring, you know, your bug out bag and camp out for a couple nights in the woods and try to cover like 100 miles or something like that. Do like a full-on practice bug out, but for most people that's not really realistic, you know. And you'll always learn something new, experience something new. But this is what it looks like over here, guys. It's a beautiful area. This is one of the most secluded areas in the northeastern US, north central Pennsylvania. So this particular area is just thousands and thousands of acres of wilderness here. Lots of elk and bear. Beautiful day. It's about 80 degrees right now. Look at that beautiful spruce tree. This area has a lot of these spruces and fir trees. They're just beautiful. I love them. Reminds me of Christmas. It's just super quiet here, guys. Beautiful, clear sky. Anytime I go in the woods, I always carry protection. I got my 44 Magnum in my fanny pack here with hard cast bear loads, because you never know. Over here I could run into a bear or an elk. So always carry protection when you're out in the woods, especially in very secluded areas. And I always bring a satellite messenger with me, so if something happens I can get in contact with emergency services. So found an elk rub over here. Check this out, guys. Got this big tree here, it's all rubbed up, and then that one right there. Show you guys, if you've never seen an elk rub, it's a lot different than a deer rub because it's usually much larger, and the trees that they use to rub are much larger than ones that bucks use. Bucks usually use smaller trees. This one's pretty big, as you can see. I actually can't get my hand around it, but you can see it's rubbed up pretty good. Check that out. But this one is just absolutely massive. Check this out, guys. You can see it goes like all the way up here, which is about 4 feet off the ground there. A buck wouldn't do that. It's a good 4 feet off the ground. You can see all the rubs there. Let's just take a closer look here. It's definitely pretty old, but you can see these marks right there on the bark. Check that out. From the tines, and they have huge tines. Look at how big this tree is, guys. This is probably, I don't know, 5 inches in diameter. I got big hands. Check that out. That's a huge tree, so that's how you easily tell that it's an elk and not a deer. Really high off the ground, large tree here. This was probably a large elk, large bull that did this. I'm sure probably at least a 5x5 or something like that. Look at that, guys. Look how it just completely shredded the whole tree. It's just crazy to see. Wow, look at that, guys. Just absolutely insane. There's actually a couple of more rubs here. Check this out. This little sapling here. You can see how high off the ground that rub is. That's like a good 4 feet off the ground. Okay, right up there. There's a little bit on this one too. Look at that. So this big elk was rutting like crazy probably last year, maybe the year before, and it came through here and just shredded all these small trees. Look over there, that one, and then also down in here. Look at that one right there. It's pretty shredded up. Look at that. Shredded this one up pretty good too. So never a dull moment, north central Pennsylvania. Check this out, guys. It's completely shredded the bark off of this one. And this is classic elk habitat here. You see all this meadow over here, all this grass. That's just perfect for elk. They need to eat like 20 pounds of grass a day. And then they got the woods around the meadow that they can hide in. So, pretty cool. Got some turkeys there. Looks like a mama turkey with some baby turkeys. It's right on the side of the road, walking in the woods. Got ourselves a cow over here, cow elk. It's like she's trying to get away. Got ourselves an elk. Another one. Looks like another cow. Yeah, it's another cow. Last time I was here, there was a bull hanging out with a small harem in this area. That was about a month ago. Wonder if we'll see that bull come back. Got some fresh elk tracks here. Check that out. Pretty big, maybe a bull. Check that out. There's that cow. Look at that huge elk track right there in the mud compared to my size 14 shoe. That's a big track. That might have been a bull. Check that out. And there's another one right there. Right there you can see the track in the mud.